Hello, everyone. This is Gregory. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media LLC, and you are in the Dragon's Den. Um, Wanted to say that hope you all having a good day. It is March the 20th. I don't know what time it is. Let me see, what time is it? Hold on. It's about 1:06 p.m. on March the 20th, 2026, and yeah, it's a nice day here in Wisconsin, about 60, 62. Tomorrow it'll probably be minus who knows what. But anyway, we here. Decent weather. But still got to take the precautions with a hat and a jacket and what have you. If you looked at the thumbnail, and I'm going to get a good one, you know what I'm about to talk about. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the Christian faith. I'm not a Christian. I don't practice any religion. Well, I wouldn't say I wouldn't practice any religion. Just one where it doesn't, keep me in a constant state of hypocrisy. Let's put it that way. And there was a lot of debate going on about what is going on in the world of media. And we know the LGBTQIA plus has been a real kind of hot topic, specifically within the trans community. And I noticed that none of that was addressed at the Oscars this year, but hey, they had other things to worry about, like this hat is a mess, but I ain't gonna worry about it too much. Like what's going on in Iran and the rest of the world. But in pop culture, black culture, there's a show called Beauty in Black, and it is a partnership programming with Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry, BET, and Netflix. And by the way, I believe Paramount just consumed Tyler Perry shares in BET, so there's no telling what the hell that's going to look like. It may not change at all as far as what Tyler Perry produces and the different shows that he create. But then again, it may be less DEI, specifically black women, and it might just be more programming that has nothing to do with the culture. Who knows what the Ellison family, mainly the son, is about to do. Okay, so there's a show called Beauty in Black, and there's a gentleman by the name, he plays Angel on the show. He's a male stripper. And come on, let's go. No, he plays a male stripper. And his real name is Xavier Smalls. Recently, he was on a Instagram, I believe it was Instagram he was broadcasting on. And he basically was talking about the Bible. And the hypocrisy is what I'm going to really focus on. But he started talking about the Bible. He was making reference to how all sins, some sins are worse than others. Some sins, out your mouth. Some sins, God will forgive and you can get over, and then some sins he will not. Come on. Some sins he will not. Which I personally, like I said, I don't prescribe or subscribe, whatever it is, to the Bible. I haven't done that in years. I'm not a Christian. I'm glad I'm not a Christian anymore. I don't really go into those type of religions that are hypocritical. It's just it's a lot of nonsense and bullshit at the end of the day. And because man wrote the Bible, man put that text into the world to be distributed around the world, there was always an agenda. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So there's a gentleman by the name of Xavier Smalls. He plays Angel on the show Beauty in Black. on Netflix, which is a Tyler Perry BET Netflix collaboration. And Xavier Smalls was on his Instagram talking about what was a sin and what was not in the eyes of God or Jesus or whatever y'all are saying out here. He is, now see, I will never understand how people will play roles that are LGBTQ, black or white, male, female, whatever it is. They will play these roles, take these roles away from people. Come on. Take these roles away from people who actually are gay, who are actors, who are talented, who live this life every day, who's not fronting, who's not pretending to be something they are not. These are who they are. And really, I'm sick of all these producers, directors finding someone who is not gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, inquiring, curious, and put them in these roles. And I'm thinking to myself, why are y'all in these roles? Why are y'all in these roles? There are plenty of LGBTQIA plus proud, out and loud actors, actresses, that can do this job, directors, producers. What it is about the Hollywood, and not even Hollywood, just overall media community, they play these roles, they hire straight people to play these roles when they have gay folks who can, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders, everyone else who can play these roles but not get those acting roles. You rather go straight. So do you all not believe? Stop it. Do you all not believe that the LGBTQI plus community, have the talent to play these roles, these actual roles that are in their community, these actual characters, albeit fiction on film and TV shows, but in reality are real? You don't think that they have the talent? They don't have the know-how, the experience, the day-to-day, energy to play those roles? They are living those roles. They are those roles. And it's just another reason why we have got to stop supporting the straight community that is not our allies. And in this day and age, with all the so-called allies coming out, we don't know who's for us and who's not. The people that we thought were allies of the straight community, of the LGBTQIA plus community that were straight, they're coming out in droves. People like Nicki Minaj and people like, it's a whole list of others. She's just the one that stands out right now because of all the bullshit and fuckery that she's been involved in. But it's like, why are we still putting our trust into this false allyship that we have with a lot of people in the straight community, specifically Hollywood? And as I said a minute or two ago, you would think, and I know Iran and people dying it has kind of taken the forefront as far as things that are more important to people, but it's all important. LGBTQIA rights, there are rights of Palestinians, for those that supported democracies, for those that supported a change and not Donald Trump. To say something without saying something, because a lot of you did support Trump. But my point is, you have a young man who is portraying a homosexual, or a male stripper, gay for pay. There is a scene, an infamous scene, that Mr. Xavier Smalls plays. He's seducing or he's being paid to dance, private dance for a gentleman, and I'm sure he's straight, whoever this guy is. I've seen him before in some Tyler Perry movies, whatever. However, the problem is, you've taken off all your clothes in front of a national cinema, meaning national audience who's watching Beauty in Black on Netflix. You're doing all this debauchery. You're behaving in a way where you then say on Instagram that everything that people who you portrayed or to mimic is going to go to hell, were abomination. You are a straight man, Mr. Xavier Smalls. You are a straight man, Mr. Xavier Small, who has taken off all your clothes. You are a straight man, Xavier Man, who is playing gay, who has taken off all your clothes, and you're supposed to be this devout Christian. You're supposed to be out here having some type of moral barometer as to what people should be doing that is Christ-like. You know what I'm saying? Where's your moral barometer at? What are you doing? You're supposed to have this moral barometer about what people should be doing. And talking about on his Instagram, some sins are worse than others. But being gay and drunks and all this, are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? I am so sick of motherfuckers like this walking around talking about what people should be doing, and your moral barometer is so high. Then why play a role when you are seemingly straight and you are here getting ready in a scene to have sex, or presumably have sex with somebody on camera? You are butt fucking naked. Because a real Christian would not have done that. A real Christian would not have allowed himself, to sit there and be completely fucking naked, dick all out, nuts filled up with whatever. You allowed yourself to engage in the same debauchery, the same sinful behavior, as you say, that gay men are doing. You allowed yourself to be enveloped mentally, psychologically, emotionally in that debauchery state of behavior that you say gay men are going to hell for, that it's an abomination. Now, some people are saying, well, he wasn't just talking about the LGBTQ. We don't give a fuck. Now, people say context is everything. Not in this fucking case. And I'm going to tell you why. Context is not everything in this particular case, because you are talking about sinful behavior. You are talking about abomination of sin and behavior that constitutes you going to hell. But yet you are on film, butt fucking naked, dick all out. And you ain't that fucking attractive. I ain't the best looking man in the world, but I'm better looking than you. Only thing you got on me is that hair of yours and your skin and shit. Give me enough time, I can go to the barbershop too and have it looking like $1 million. Okay? And I just think I am so sick of all of you people sitting here. You can get into these roles that constitutes you being vulnerable, and you just being who you are and being free and loving yourself, which is what gay people strive to do all their lives. But for some reason, it doesn't always work out that way, because a lot of people would have them do something to themselves or go somewhere where they would never be seen again. But for those that make it past that trauma of self-hate and self-loathing and don't try to do something to themselves, or they make it past those things, they've come across that bridge, and life is going to be good for them because they're going to make it good for them. And somebody judging them both in their own community or other, it doesn't matter anymore. They've made it to the other side. They love themselves. Period. I don't care what they doing, what app they on, who they talking to, where they live. They made it to the other side, and that's it. But how dare you sit there and play these homosexual roles, and you doing all this debauchery that you say is 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 is, is in is in line with homosexuals and going to hell. Why do we still support these people? If you gay, if you ain't gay, you shouldn't be in the gay role. Come on, you shouldn't be in the gay role. If you that much of a Christian in morals, you shouldn't be fucking playing a gay or lesbian, bisexual, transgender, curious or inquiring individual about your sexuality as a man, woman, whatever. Okay? Because now you're saying that, you know, you don't really give a damn about the Bible. You just want to get that fucking check. That's what you want. You want to get that fucking check. But you don't give a fuck about the Bible until all the checks have cleared. Because from my understanding, my own research, he has completed all 3 seasons of his contract. So of course he can say whatever hell he wants now about the LGBTQIA plus community, because he's completed the fucking contract. Had he know better, had he did this at the beginning, the contract would have been null and void. They'd have had to pay him the rest of his contract and get his ass off the air. But see, I blame Tyler Perry. And we already know his pretty boy obsession or whatever it is, right? I blame Tyler Perry. If in fact he is gay, which, you know, who gives a fuck, Tyler? Just come on out. If you bisexual, just come on out. If you like to have a fetish, just come on out. Who gives a fuck? It's 2026. With what's going on in our government and the surrounding space, everybody in the LGBTQIA plus, we have got to be united. But again, my issue is he didn't care about the Bible when he was trying to get that check. What are you doing, Duke? He didn't care about the Bible when he was trying to get that check and all that homosexual, homosexual abomination shit he was talking about. Only thing he cared about was getting that money. And now that his contract is over, he can be anti-gay. He can be, you know what I'm saying all this hateful stuff, this madness that he's talking about. That's all it boils down to, a check at the end of the day. It goes to a fucking check. He don't care about nothing. You doing all of that on film. You know, all the things, all of the come on. All of the debauchery stuff that you claim is an abomination, you've done it on film. You've done it on film. I mean, what's the problem? But like I said, you did it because you want that check. And you got all that money. And you really are a low-grade actor. You a C+ actor at best, brother. That's it. You are a C+ actor at best. That's all. And no, I'm not jealous of your skills or your talent, because I could strip on film. I could get my body right, and get it all cut and muscled up, you know what I'm saying, and strip on film. That doesn't require real talent, not as far as acting. It doesn't require real talent. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do much. You know. But this is why people like him are fucking hypocrites. Your so-called Christian values, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have your so-called Christian values. You didn't have a problem with the homosexuality, the allure of a naked man, you know, performing in front of another one, as long as the check's clear, brother. Y'all are fucking clowns. And this is why we have to be careful who we putting in these roles, because they will disappoint the community as a whole. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. They will disappoint the community as a whole. So, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, ain't no way in fucking hell this man got naked on film on Netflix, and now all of a sudden you want to preach about abomination and homosexuality. It's a whole it's just ridiculous. But I'm not. People are grifters out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is grifting. Everybody wants some money. Like that MAGA dude, that black MAGA dude who complained about his relatives who didn't vote for MAGA or Trump this previous presidential election. And so he couldn't come home for Thanksgiving. Okay. Now he's been saying on the last couple of weeks that he punked the MAGA population that voted for Trump. He got $30,000 out of them. Now he on Instagram and all these other places talking about how he tricked them, and he hopes that he glad that Charlie Kirk was unalived. Okay. And it's damn near similar. You play the gay role or gay for pay role, butt naked on film, and here you are now talking about abomination and all this stuff. What the fuck was you doing? You ain't no true Christian. Because a devout Christian, and I don't give a fuck about them either, a devout Christian wouldn't have did that. A devout Christian would have never played that role if you were so morally inclined with your Christian values. Come on, dude, come on. Yeah, a devout Christian would have never did that, brother. I'm not surprised, though. This is what happened. This also reminds me of another light-skinned dude who is on TikTok. And I don't know if you're going to see this. His name is Malachi Orneas. I believe he lives in Orlando, Florida. And no, I ain't stalking you, brother. It's just you've mentioned where you are. You know what I'm saying? The location is not that hard to figure out. And he was on TikTok the other day, which I had left for a month and a half, but I came back. And I just happened to see his video. It says that he supports the LGBTQI plus community. But he said that a man was trying to get with him, and he told him no. But he said the other gentleman said, no, it's not like that. He said, well, what is it like then? And then he admitted to doing the same thing that the man was doing to him, but he does it to women. And so he went on to say that if he the only thing he can do for him is help him meet him with the opposite sex. Meanwhile, he's taking all the compliments. You know what I'm saying? When people say he's fine, I've given him compliments too, because he's a decent looking guy. We've given a compliment on his eyes, body, on his. See, he eating it up, right? But when it gets too when it gets too close, when it gets too uncomfortable, which you clearly have made it because you've accepted all these compliments. You know what I'm saying? You walk around with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? You taking all the compliments. You know, you're giving all the signals that, you know, you open to all the compliments from the gay community, but there's a line that they don't cross. Okay, well, I don't know about you, but I would have never have even accepted the compliments. Sit down. Now you're probably saying, well, he's an open-minded person. He might be. But when it got too comfortable, got too close, all of a sudden now you want to scream, somebody's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's doing too much. Now then don't be on fucking screen. I ain't saying you can't be who you want to be. You should be, but I mean, don't accept no fucking compliments halfway naked on the fucking TV show. You know what I'm saying? Don't accept the fucking compliments. Don't be wearing no booty shorts in the gym. Don't wear no booty shorts in the gym, knowing that that 1,900 some followers that you have. I would go so far as to say 70% of them are homosexual or bisexual. You know what you're doing. Come on now. Don't play. Don't play. And I know he'll never see this, but even if he did, I wouldn't give a shit. Because enough is enough. We have got to stop supporting these rage baiters. You know, we've got to stop supporting these so-called allies, particularly these men who say they support the gay community. it goes so deep. You know what I'm saying? They all want money. They're all grifters. They just want money. You know what I'm saying, from the gay community. But when the shit get too comfortable, which you help cause by doing the shit that you do, all of a sudden now you got to get back. Nah, you should have never been out here anyway. If you have such a moral compass, a moral Christian compass, you would have never been doing the shit that you was doing in the first place. That's Xavier Small and this other gentleman that I'm talking about. Come on, Malachi or Nias in Florida. Y'all are clowns though. But see, I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised. But that gentleman who's sitting around Xavier Smalls on Beauty and Black, brother, I hope you never get another fucking job. And I hope whoever is going to try and hire you, that it don't be a gay person. Don't put him in a gay role. He's not genuine. He's not authentic, and it just shouldn't happen anymore. It just shouldn't happen. Come on. All right, how are you doing? So at any rate, it's just sickening what they're doing out here. It's just disgusting. It should not be in the role anymore. And I am over it. I just passed my neighbor in the hallway. I don't know what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with most of them in the building anyway, so I don't know. But I don't know. Another straight dude with some weirdness going on. Come on. Sit down. Sit down. So yeah, so Xavier Smalls, he actually, you know, I'm not surprised. We have to, like Billy Porter said when Ewan McGregor had took the role of Halston. Now, Billy Porter was saying it should have been a gay man in that role, and I agree. It should never have been a straight man, because they quick to say that, and I don't know who had came up with this, and maybe I'll give you an update when I find out. But one actor had said that gay men can't play straight, but straight men can play gay. Oh, really? You know how many straight actors that were around, you know, and never came out? Never came out. Rock Hudson was one of them. And we got quite a few of them now. You know what I'm saying? That are playing, that are supposedly straight, but are gay, but playing straight. I mean, it's just that type of absurdity. But anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a good Friday. See you later. Bye-bye.